Welcome back to your 2024 NXL and WNXL going on this weekend here at Kissimmee, Florida. Once again, I'm joined in the booth by Jordan from Toxic Teddies.
There you go. Padres got hit going snake out break.
Padres going to lose 2 players off the break.
That's tough.
So down 5 on 3.
Looks like they didn't fix anything from the first match yet.
Texas Demolition taking the snake now. Texas Demo's going to get right to that snake 40.
Yeah, this is smart. I played this bunker. Yeah, that's going to be bad.
Wow, and he wins the gunfight with a Padre player in the middle whose job was to stop exactly that. So great work. That is going to blow this match, this point at least, open. Padres really got 2 players left and in no position to stop this snake.
Yeah, that Padres guy needed to be out of back center. No, then he gets it.
They lose their home now. Nothing has gone right for Padres on this point.
Now they got to shake this one off and get back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Good point by Demolition, though. Good first point for them for the tournament.
All right, well, Padres are coming into this match already having lost this first match against Clutch City Oilers, who looked really, really good. So Padres really cannot afford to lose another match, but that's just 1 point. It's not time to panic yet.
We got Jesters and Droogs playing for the other match in the set.
It's good to see Jesters. When I say a long-time team, I feel like the Jesters have been a thing as a franchise, like since the early 2000s. I don't know.
As long as I've been playing, that's 17 years, and I've known about that team since 2007 at least, probably before that.
They paid their franchise fees by the decade. I guess they should
just get a pro spot, man. They've been a team for so long.
All right, Droogs have also lost their first match, so they're down 0 for the weekend so far. Droogs are going to be on your right, Jesters on your left. Jesters in the gray jersey with the blue Jester logo in the middle.
And Droogs snake out break, Jesters snake out break. Okay.
Yep, both teams into break. Although
now Jesters losing 2 on the Drew side. Bomb blew up over there, so it's going to be 3 on 4.
Oh no! And now there's a flag. They're going to lose 2 more bodies.
Bad start.
Dan is asking what's going on. This is all falling apart. So Droogs are going to lose this first point.
That's tough. You know, being in that back center, when that catastrophe happens, you got to get out of the back center. I noticed that just from when I was just playing. Like, if our guys die, you know, you lose a side. That happened a couple times. And I'm looking at, they're just shooting fills. It's hard to get out of there. You almost have to, like, kind of like J-Rab. As soon as a guy dies, auto-fill. Just before the teams adjust and pick up on that zone. Got to get out of there and give yourself a little bit of breathing room.
There's a window of chaos, and you have to take advantage of it. After a couple seconds, that window closes.
And you don't have a lot of vision from the back center. So really, after the breakout, you kind of want to be getting out of there anyways.
Yeah.
You don't really want to be in there too long.
We were just having this discussion in the last match, Nicole and I. One of my frustrations, again, when I occasionally coach, is that when I say to a player, hey, stop at this bunker, but I only want you there for 5 seconds, take your shots, get out. It never works. They always end up just staying there for the whole
5 seconds
match.
is an eternity in paintball in your mind.
They just never leave. So I've gotten to the point where I don't tell players to stop, shoot, and go again because they just never go again.
That's that mental discipline we talked about earlier this morning. There we go. Demolition, snake outbreak again. Nobody eliminated. Looks like 5 on 5.
Padres in the snake, but they're being a little more conservative.
I think this center guy looks like a hit on his loader.
And there's going to be a minor on Padres, so they're going to drop down. 3 bodies left for Padres.
And they're having a rough start. And they got great players, too, so that's tough.
All right, this match is not over. However, I see a ref going in to check the home. He's going to get yanked.
Another one, another penalty.
Oh, my God, you're right. 2 minors on Padres.
Well, if you do the math, that's 4 bodies. They don't have anyone else, plus the one guy that actually got shot legitimately.
All right, hey, come on, Jordan. We're paintball players. Let's not.
Sorry, I'm still decompressing
from
my match.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to take it out on these teams. That's unfair. Don't take it personal.
Solve for X.
It's my coping mechanism.
Okay, if you're on the comment thread right now, be gentle. Jordan's in a bad mental space. He just had a little bit of a rough.
No one likes to lose. No one likes to lose. You put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the sport. And when you work hard and train, you know, on and off the field, and then you go out there and have performances like that. You come all the way to Florida from the West Coast. It's tough, man.
And, you know, at the semi-pro level, you represent kind of a rarefied air of this sport. There's so few players that make it up to this level. And you've put an enormous amount of time and energy, like you said, practice, weekends away from family or even a girlfriend or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly can't be married.
Paintball ruins relationships. If you have a girlfriend that supports you in paintball, enjoy that for 2 to 3 years tops. and then she's gone. Once she figures out that you love the sport, you're gone. Here we go. Snake outbreak again for the Jesters. Looks like he took a bouncer.
No, it is not a bounce adjuster.
Oh, no.
Take a walk.
No, he thought it was a bouncer.
Yeah.
Ref said no.
Oh.
And we got to give an advantage to Droogs here. Oh, maybe
No,
not, though. Cause
no.
actually, all right, so a bomb blew up on the Droogs side again, but they're heavy into the Snake, which honestly you can win on this side down bodies if you're that dominant in the Snake, but then they let your corner fill out. So
Droogs have crossed the 50 in the Snake here. There's an opportunity to do some damage on this Dorito side. They are not aware of it. Now they're aware of it.
it does get tough, though, when there is a corner, because now the way that bunker faces, it's kind of on the outside wire. The corner actually can put some pressure on this outside of the bunker here where you can stop the forward progress.
Is there a chance of a bounce shot here off the 50 into the back of this Snake player?
I don't know. I'm not sure, and if it is, Jesters is definitely not in position to hit that because you'd probably have to be farther up the Doritos.
I meant from the Snake corner, hitting the Snake 50 maybe.
It'd be hard to make paintballs go backwards like that, but maybe. Maybe if you heat your paintballs up, get a little bouncier and get them to go backwards,
Well, I'm pretty good at missing what I'm shooting at, so there's a chance of.
But if they're shooting Valken, then they definitely cannot do that because they break on impact.
Here we go.
That's my plug for Valken paint that we're shooting.
Congratulations. All right, that was a great turnaround by the Droogs. The Droogs lost everything on the Dorito side immediately into the game, managed to dig in and make it work, so congratulations.
That's always a breath of fresh air when you go down one and then come right back and get the point. You know, you kind of gives yourself that sense of confidence, like, all right, we're in this. You know, because going down 2 is just, you look at the scoreboard, like, all right, we're down 2 already, and it wasn't looking too pretty.
So I'm gonna take somebody else's statistics, but I want to give them credit for it. Adam Moran from Malicious, another a team that you're going to see at some point this weekend. He did some deep data dive on this kind of stuff, and he found that when your team goes down 0-1, just 0-1, your odds of winning the match drop to something like 24%. I'm making up numbers here, but
that's brutal.
It's something like if you go down to 0-2, your chance of winning the match just drop to 5% or something like that.
It's a steep decline.
So the point is there's a lot to be said for playing the first point very conservative because a loss is enormous.
Yeah, especially deeper into the tournament too. I mean, you see a lot of those scorecards and it's 2-1, 3-2, real tight matches. So that point, every point's valuable there. See if Padres can get something going here.
All right. Looks like Padres got into the Snake clean. 5 alive for Padres. Looks like 5 alive for both teams.
Oh, no, and the ref's running in.
Oh, I say that. Texas Demo
it's clean.
Texas Demo making their push out to the Dorito side. They're going to lose a body doing it, though. So I think we're 4-on-5 in favor of Padres. They got some little momentum here.
Not a fan of staying in that back center. I understand where he's at in the Snake, so maybe stay there for a little bit longer, but you got to think about repositioning to get a better advantage. Like maybe go up the middle there. Something to, there you go.
Padres into that 50 Dorito Snake over there. This point is going much better for them.
They need that. A team that's struggling, they're going down points. They need a really long, methodical, good point, good teamwork to build that chemistry, give themselves a little bit of confidence. Say, you know what, hey, I know we've had a rough start, but we're figuring things out, and I feel better about this because, it hasn't been too good for Padres to start.
Do you think up to nothing Demo is already going to a more conservative game plan? Do you think the coach is already telling them to slow down?
I think that's kind of Texas style of paintball, to be honest. I kind of face Diesel a lot in the ranks, and that's kind of how they play. They like to, cover those zones and slow things down once they're up points. I mean, that's the methodical way to play these days.
Well, Padres are hands down winning that Dorito side. They've now crossed it, and they're just sending more and more bodies up it.
There you go.
This is going to be a quick closeout here. Well, that is it, folks. Padres are going to win this one convincingly.
There you go. So they needed it. Hopefully, they turn things around. Let's go get another one. They got 1 point out of the way.
That is now a 30% less chance of Padres yelling at each other in the pit.
Yeah, we don't want that. It's never fun to get yelled at by your own team.
Yeah.
You got to hang out with them all weekend. Last thing you want is to start hating each other.
Everybody starts scheduling separate flights home, so you don't have to look each other in the eye.
I've been on teams like that where, as soon as you lose, guys are like, oh, I'm going home tonight.
You're like, oh, you shouldn't have carpooled. No.
We're not really, you don't want to hang out with me. You only been with me for 2 days.
Nope. We got all off season to think about this.
Yeah, that's the other thing about Cup, right?
Yeah.
People always leave the tournament and start thinking about what they're going to do next or if they're even going to play, and it's a mess. All the teams go through it. It's tough, and then we come out next season and everyone's ready to play a whole nother deal. Interesting cycle that paintball goes through every year.
Yep. And I don't want to jinx anybody, but again, that ride home from Cup or the flight home, and you got players starting to think about, well, I don't know where I'm going to go next year. I had an offer from another team. I'm starting to think about it.
Yep, especially if you were on a losing team.
Yep.
You know, it's a bad taste in your mouth. You want to go to greener pastures.
All right, Jesters versus Droogs. Game is even up right now. Jester asking for a check. Yeah, he's going to take a walk.
That's smart, though. Discipline. Don't be selfish. Don't hurt your team.
These are good refs, too. You're not going to get away with a lot out here. I'm sure you can get away with something, but not a lot.
I have not gotten away with anything yet. I played one match, and I have not gotten away with anything. Not that I've tried. But.
You hear that, Falcon? You have a clean player on your hands.
I'm an honest player, but when I get the opportunity, I like to get in there and, make it a little messy.
Robin's racing. All right, Jester's starting to push up the snake now. Droogs look like they're content for staying at their snake one, just looking cross.
Yeah, I like the Jesters pushing. There's really nothing stopping the snake guy. I think he needs to go a couple more, to be honest.
Neither team has a presence up the middle right now, so both these snake players can pretty safely move.
Yeah, I would be pressing it for sure. I think that it's beneficial to be looking to attack in the snake when you have the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
These crossfield shots aren't that great, or shallower into the snake, I guess you'd say. In the 1 or the 2 or the 3. It's really once you get to their 50 or their 40,
you can start dropping.
Start to look pretty good.
All right, Jester player in the snake has his corner now hot, so give him a little bit of support. Droogs still not looking at all down this tape line.
And the corner, man, that's tough. As a bad guy, I feel for him. That's just a sloppy death out of the corner there. I feel for him. I've been there. You got to clean that up.
I'm usually on the sloppy death end of the equation, but I feel your pain.
We're all there at one point or another. You just, you got to just take that for what it is, look back on it, criticize, move forward.
All right, Droog Dorito Tower goes in and jumps into that D1. He's going to look cross.
Oh, Jester's got a guy up in the Dorito 3. He's making a move on the other side. It looks like he faded into that 50 brick on the Dorito side.
Droog player chooses to come up over the top. I think that's Dan Sensei, and he just gets
their center guy that just made a move inside was able to catch a shot on the snake, and then he wrapped and shot the tower out. Good job. The middle's in play.
I don't know their game plan, but if I'm going to criticize a little bit, the Droogs had an opportunity to push the snake and just didn't take advantage of it at all. They look like they early on decided to go on the defensive.
And I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see that a lot. I think this field does promote the offense. So if you can remain in the offensive mindset more often than not and die moving forward, that type of mindset, I think it's going to pay off more than it won't. You just got to be smart. I was telling my guys, I think the first 2 points we dropped, we just got destroyed on the snake side, and they kept saying, it's the center bunker, the Seattle, the big brick. And I'm like, guys, we just watched this. We know the field. You got to check that off. Okay, don't give them – that's those free kills you're giving them. Don't give them those free kills.
Yep.
Get in there and just take 2 seconds to just check it off.
Identify that middle. You've got to identify the middle if you're the snake because you're at a lot of risk making these.
Because what happens as a 3 right now, I'm playing the third guy in kind of deal. When those guys die early in the point, it makes it incredibly hard for me to get on the offense or bring it back. Right? Yeah. Now I got to make some pretty risky moves, against a disciplined semi-pro team to try to fight my way out of those spots. I may pull it off a few times, maybe, but a lot of times these better teams are going to cut that off. It's going to be very difficult. So what you want is your front guys to be a little bit more disciplined, value their bodies a little bit more, get up to this, third knuckle, and just kind of feel it out for a second. Give your team a chance to catch up. You're already at the 30-yard line. Mm-hmm. Give your team a chance to set up. Let's have bodies up, figure this out, get the story going, and then if there's opportunity, let's go ahead and attack.
30 seconds.
I think as a snake crawler on this one, you've got a risky move from snake 1 to snake 2 because if they're hot in the center, they can drop it on you, clip your pack. Yes. I think from snake 2 to snake 3 is pretty safe. There's really, I think it's hard to get shot there.
It's just the home unless he's in the center brick.
Yep.
Then he can drop it in. But
3 to 4. Again, you're at some risk. If they're in the middle, you're at some risk.
Passing the snake 3 though, or passing this many W's when it gets pretty tough. Yeah. Now you're being risky.
All right, Padres versus Demo. Demo into the snake. It looks like they're going to lose somebody immediately, though.
Yeah, it's that snake insert.
Yeah.
And they lose the snake guy crawling up into the snake, too, like you're talking about. That's that home player we were talking about earlier.
Just dropping him in.
You drop that paint in, you're going to catch him if he's any bit, elevated past the beam.
So tall. You're advocating for tall
players.
Well,
he's a small guy, but he must have had his pack just sitting up a bit.
There it is. Tall player advocating for other tall players.
You got to support your kind, man.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of us out there. The Tyler Harmons, the Mouses, man.
Yeah.
Those are the guys I look up to.
With this going to an all-snake layout within the next few years, you can't be big boy anymore.
Hey, I thought we weren't going to speak about those things. We have enough beams.
Padre player with a very successful, clean run-through. He stopped a few times. I'm surprised that worked.
Big fan of that move, not only because it was their third guy, but he came through from the back center, through the middle, and ended the point.
And he was a big
Always
guy.
a fan of those. Yeah, that's huge. Best move so far.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're right. That was
a good move.
Yeah, that was a very good move.
Yeah.
Ref giving one of the Padres a warning, get off the field.
Yeah, these refs they're good. You got to respect them.
the ref is pantomiming running to tell the player get off the field. I've been fortunate enough to watch this ref crew now for a couple of years doing this webcast, and this is one of the best ref crews I've had the pleasure of watching. I think they're really, really good at what they do. They're willing to stop after a point is over and discuss, did we get that call right, and try to fix it if they have to. Yeah. That's rare, because most refs they're scared, they're running out, they're losing control of the situation. They won't stop and admit they might have made a mistake. These guys will get it right.
Paintball's tough because things happen quickly, right? And just as much as there's discretionary moves on the field, there's discretionary decisions made by refs.
Yep.
It happens in all sports. But for these guys to be so consistent, that's what you want. You just want consistency. It's okay if they're not perfect. They're only human.
All right, looks like a clean breakout by both teams. Droogs a little bit conservative with double guns at home, and then a breakout from there.
Yeah, it looks like both teams were pretty conservative. Jesters did make a move into the Dorito 2. So that's and I think they get a shot in on the snake.
The Jesters have lost a lot of players trying to get into the snake so far in this layout, so I can understand their approach.
That's two bodies walking off for Droogs.
Yeah, not good. So they're down 5-on-3.
And Jester's getting down the snake. He can actually keep going.
Yeah, there's nothing really stopping him.
That's one thing I've been reminding my snake guys, like, hey, we gotta keep going. Even if they're in the corner, don't get worried about that. Let me get in there behind you and shoot some blinds back on that guy. Let's get down the snake.
Yeah, if you're the snake, I pretty much don't care about that corner. If I'm a snake player, it's pretty irrelevant to me.
No.
I'm only worried about middle bricks.
Yes, check off. If we clear out that middle guy and it's just corner, let's go down a few, and then get to the good spots and start shooting some guys.
So it looks like we got a Droog player in the Dorito side tower. Another Droog player peeling off, though. It might just be that tower left. No, we also got the Snake 3 hot for Droogs.
Nah, they lost a guy. They got a guy walking off. There's two bodies alive.
Yep.
Yeah, the Dorito tower and the Snake 3.
Yep.
And Jester's moving out to get behind their snake guy, get some better communication going. Because you want to stay close to this guy right here. You don't want to leave him by himself. Anything could happen there if you just let that go.
I don't think the Dorito side tower has any good vision over here.
No, he's not too sure.
But he's
the
about to
snake
get
shooting
blown
a blind
up.
shot over that wedge on him.
Didn't work. Droog player dropped out of that line of fire quick.
But Jester's is up a point. Don't die right here in this 50. I think you just got caught.
So the Droog player reacted.
No,
he's clean. Droog player reacted by going up on his tippy toes and bringing his gun over his head and dropping down in. He did get a bounce.
Droogs just lost their Dorito player.
Yeah, he tried to move from that tower into the Dorito, and it didn't work.
But see that I like this die moving forward kind of thing. I do like that move. I would have liked to see him just go ahead and go stab the snake
maybe
guy
jump
out.
and run the highway.
Yeah,
might have been.
Why not?
Might have had a better chance of that one for Nelson.
Why not? Worth a try. You're going to lose the point.
You know what? That whole point, Droogs, even though they went down early, they kept attacking. So give them credit. Like you said, you like to see them die in the other team's bayonets. Well, Droogs kept trying to do that. So give them credit.
Well, let's just say, okay, so he goes into Snake 4, sits there, waits for a trade that may or may not happen because Jester's already up. And this is the mental discipline thing. Well, let's say he gets up, goes ahead and bunkers the guy. The guy spins on him. Let's say the Jester's get a major. That could happen, but if you don't even try it, that'll never get created.
Yeah.
So you try. Sometimes that happens. All of a sudden, this corner guy gets pulled, the other guy, and now it's a point for your team.
Yeah.
And then it's a tie game.
True.
That's what I'm saying. That die, move forward, win fast, lose fast. Sometimes that's the way to do it.
Just as long as you teach you guys don't get penalties making those moves forward. That's
yeah. I mean, there is that too. You're taking a risk, but.
All right, looks like we're 5 clean for both teams.
Yeah, both guys are in a snake. Looks like.
No,
Padres.
Say that. Padres lose their snake 1.
Definitely getting to them.
So 5-on-4 advantage of Demo.
Late fill up the center. That's going to be a problem later in the tournament because I was looking at it, and the Dorito guys definitely have that cut from the first center bunker to the second one. So if you're filling late, you better make sure the Drew guys aren't looking that way or you're going to get caught.
I think the demo snake player was also putting a gun through that area.
That doesn't help either.
So I don't think there's any chance that Padre player getting there. However, we know how important that middle is on this field.
Yep.
I don't mind the Padres trying to take it. It didn't work out.
I don't either, just maybe better timing.
Yeah. All right,
and
two more.
They can get better at that.
Two demo players entering the pit right now. Demo now taking that tower over on the snake on the Dorito side.
Oh, Demolition doesn't know exactly what's
He's
going
going
on.
to run right into a gun. All right, Padres doing a few things right here. A, they're getting kills when players get sloppy, which you can't let them get away with it. And two, their communication is good. I've said I haven't been really impressed with the communication so far today from a lot of these teams.
But these guys are not new to paintball. They know
No.
paintball. They've played together as a team many years. So it's only going to take just them correcting a few mistakes, getting more dialed in, and then they're going to be more competitive here. So, and look at this. They're probably going to get this point. I say this, I don't want to jinx them, but.
Yeah. So it's a 2-on-1, I believe.
Oh, the drill guy shot there. The other Padres guy, so it's one-on-one, I think.
One-on-one.
Yep, so it's looking like one-on-one. Oh, I hope he does better than I did.
Oh,
I'm rooting for you, Padres guy, man.
I hear the pain in your voice.
Yeah,
All right,
it hurts.
Kutzler, number 57 here for the Padres. On a one-on-one, I don't love being in the snake.
No, I would get on my feet. But honestly, though, this move ain't bad.
Yep.
But as a drill guy, he's got to assume that this guy's probably not going to stay in that snake 3. There you go. Now he's got options. Wow, and he came back to him.
Looks like a drop back.
I don't know if I would have done that.
The demo guy, I still think, has the positional advantage with that tower. It doesn't matter.
Shoots him.
Kutzler's going to win that one.
I don't know if the demo guy comes back to him. You have all those big bunkers, and he's down in the snake.
Yeah,
come back to him.
You could have swung around onto their side of the field.
Get lost.
Yeah.
You knew where he's at.
Yep.
Get lost.
Or just run for the buzzer if you really want to get bold.
Which is what I should have done. So.
Next
time.
It's okay. We're going to have a therapy.
This is the mind of a highly, highly competitive player. Like, I do not like losing.
We're going to need a therapy session here.
Well, this is it right here. That's why I was like, hey, you guys need me? Because I'll come back on here and talk paintball.
Well, we're going to have to get a couch. I'm going to get a notepad, and we'll work through this.
That's what we need. We need a nice couch. It's all right. Budgets. We'll put it in the budget next year.
There is no budget. I don't think you don't know what
no
you got
budget.
yourself.
All right.
Who's your next game today for Toxic Teddies?
Shut Up, We're Trying, which they look pretty strong in their first match. So we'll see what happens.
Over on the HK field?
No, right here.
Oh, you come back here? Oh,
we'll
good.
We'll give you one more show.
Try to get yourself in a one-on-one.
Yes. Well, no. I want to be 5-on-0.
No.
That's the goal.
If you're 5-on-1, let's say, I need you to shoot 4 of your guys in the back, and then win a one-on-one, which will absolve you of your sin.
Didn't it look better when I know you saw that my snake guy going down, we were falling up. It looked a lot. It was a lot more fun. I mean, the one-on-ones are great. I practice them all the time.
I care about your mental health. I think you need.
I'll get it back.
I think you need to win a one-on-one to get back.
I'll win one this weekend. That will happen.
All right, Jesters on the left. They're up 3-1 over the Droogs. Jesters very conservative on their breakout.
Yeah, they're up 2 points, though. It makes sense.
Droog throwing bodies up the middle.
Yeah, they got to start generating some offense here.
We got plenty of time on the clock now, so the Droogs don't have to take stupid risks. But
no, but it should be calculated. Like right here, just come on, let's go. Keep crawling. There we go. But see how some of these guys they get a little tired, or maybe they're
slow down a little.
Yeah, and they're playing a little bit looser when they come around those knuckles. You got to be careful. Look at that low. That paint's coming in low. He could crawl again. But the way he's playing, it's too big.
What we talked about earlier, though, Nelson number 4 is under at least 2 guns on him. Let your teammates do a little bit of work. If you're drawing that much fire,
that's what you want to see right here.
Jester player walking off the back line.
Yep, get out.
So Droog's in great position, and they're up bodies. They're up at least 2 bodies now.
And they lose another one out of the back line.
All right,
Snaps that guy out, though, and no one knows he's in the snake. He could do damage right here. And he shoots the snake insert. There's literally no one knows that the Jester's in the snake.
Yep.
Is turning around in a bad way for the Droogs.
All right, Droogs have this brick over here in the 50 on the
middle guy figured
side.
it out. Center guy figured it out.
But again, the Jester at this point could drop and crawl. He's got nothing stopping him.
He should.
He's going to choose to go on his feet.
Yep.
Nice move. He's going to blow up that brick.
See, so the Jesters was down bodies. Perfect example. Jesters was down bodies, played offense.
Yeah.
Against a team that was playing a little stale. And look what happened. Turned it around.
Yep. On the same line of thinking, though, You could say the Droogs snake player got too aggressive. He crossed the 50.
Overextension, for
and
sure.
Then he not just he did overextend, and he played
Did
too
not
sloppy.
need to. He could have linked back up with his teammate across. He was literally in line with the center guy. He could have said, "Hey, I got this, and this.
Yep.
I just shot 2 guys."
Like we said, he had at least 2 guns on him at that point. Let the guns be on you. Let your teammates go do some work instead of taking big risks.
Still production, and just protect yourself for a little bit. You understand that the only move the Jesters guy, and honestly though, the Jesters was up points, so they're not gonna move.
Yeah.
So they would love for you to just come right into their guns.
Sure.
So they kind of played right into their hand.
Okay. All right. Well, we got Padres on the left.
Padres lose 1
Texas
early in
Demo
the
on the
Drudo
right.
side, and a second one. Maybe
However,
a penalty. Yep.
Demo's going to lose a body and get a
Demo
penalty.
gets a penalty, but Padres just got one, so they're down 3 bodies over there, and they're only in the corner. Tough break.
You know, as a player, I wish these flags weren't reusable because then the refs would have to budget them. But unfortunately, the refs are just free to keep throwing them. So that's unfortunate.
Play clean. These refs are doing pretty good.
All right, drop back by the Demo player in the middle brick. I don't know if it's going to
Here
save
we go.
him.
Down bodies, attacking. This is good.
Oh, he's
Look
going
at
to
that.
try to attack, but run right into the gun.
There we go.
Number 1.
Just the corner left, I think.
We got Dorito corner hot for
The problem
Demo.
is he has no one to follow him up.
No, well, they had a penalty. He does
Right.
have a player over there in that back line, but he's way back from the action.
Is he out there?
Yeah, and he's at the mini wall on the back line.
Oh, yeah,
kind
there
of
he
Dorito
is,
side. Now up to the Dorito side tower.
Oh, bad fill inside. I don't know about that fill inside right there.
Yeah, I don't love it.
I understand that you're up points. Maybe he feels it's safer because it's better than the big Dorito or the small Dorito. There you go. Oh, J-Mac. I mean, good job trying to link up with your other guy, but now you left him in a one-on-one just because that guy made some moves on you. You got to protect the outside.
All right, so I believe we have a Padre player over on the Dorito side, so we're down to a one-on-one. Demo trying to figure it out.
Demo likes playing their one-on-ones in the snake. They did that on the last point.
I don't get that.
They must practice all their one-on-ones in the snake.
Am I wrong?
No, there's a Padres guy.
Is he?
Yeah. He just has no idea what's going on.
So
Because they were so far apart, like you said.
read the ref's body language. There it is. Oh, is he?
They found him.
Found him. Wow.
There you go.
What a
Walked
finish.
right into him. That's great.
I mean, I don't want to rag too hard on the Demo player. To be really honest, when you don't have any fire coming at you, the ref's body language isn't running in to do anything. So I can understand when you get to the point where you think that you're alone on the field. That's rough.
It happens. You know, the communication breaks down. And you just don't know. And that's the one thing you learn in one-on-ones. Don't move if you don't know where they're at.
Yeah. Well, unless you got the clock breathing down your neck.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you do got to take some risks there.
All right, Droogs and Jesters retaking the field. Droogs are going to be on your left, Jesters on your right.
Seconds.
Looks like both teams 5 alive. Jesters have a relative conservative breakout across the back. They're going to.
Droogs shooting, getting shot again.
Yeah, Droogs go immediately into a gun, trying to fill in from home.
They're losing a body off the break pretty consistently. That's really hurting them right now.
That said, earlier in the match, they were pretty consistently shooting the Jester player going into the snake.
And now it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah, Jesters adjusted by not trying to take the snake on the run out.
No, it's smart, and they're diving into that snake insert, which is kind of tough to make if you're running gun up.
Yep.
So they're just diving in, understanding, hey, it's probably better for us to just be 5 alive than it is to have an extra gun up.
A 10% chance of getting a kill or a chance of dying, I'll take the live, just be alive. Unfortunately, Jester's going to try to fill the snake. No, the refs are calling him clean. Thought I saw a spray, but that might have been off a bunker.
Well, that's kind of the thing you got to think about, too, is everyone's getting in the snake. So, yes, you want to have vision on him, but you pretty much know he's going to be there. So, just call it until you know he's not there. Like we were talking about earlier, play like the snake's always hot. kind of have that mentality, then you can have some guys dive into spots, get those 5 bodies up, less guns up. But
big attempt by the Jesters and a run through over on the Dorito side. They crossed the 50. I think they're into the D3 or D2. I'm sorry, of the Droogs.
And I think they made it clean because the Droogs guy's walking off and the Jesters guy's still in there.
Oh, I see a body moving on the Dorito side. I don't know if it's a counter move or a drop back.
Droogs countered, and they're attacking back towards the Jesters guy. And I got two Jesters guys walking off the left from the backside. Mm-hmm. So the Dorito side got blown up a little bit. Oh, he doesn't know where the snake guy's at. So you got Droogs at the 50 snake, kind of posted up on the Jesters snake 3.
This is a big gunfight right here. Oh, he's going to choose to go highway. He's going to do it. It's going to be clean.
Good. Oh, he got picked up by the Dorito guy. That's all right, though. Got the snake guy out.
Yeah. I don't love the Jester player stopping in the open.
Oh, I got shot in the hip.
Yep. That's what I've...
One-on-one. Lost a one-on-one.
Okay, I think you just justified my statement. I don't love him stopping in the open. It got him blown up.
No, yeah. So the funny thing about stopping in the open is there's no bunkers.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. That's pro level insight you get by tuning in.
There you go. That's my pro tip of the day.
Premier webcast.
When there's no bunkers to hide behind, don't stand there.
Try to find a bunker. Paintball 101, try to find a bunker.
We're learning.
Oh. Droog is making an argument about shooting guys first.
Yeah, but see, the thing is
never works.
Calls never get reversed. So I've learned over the years there's literally no point in talking to anyone. And now he's getting a minor for talking.
Yeah, you're right. They're going to start down a body.
It's a cheap penalty.
That was dumb.
But it is warranted. He has no reason to just be haggling the refs on a call that he didn't agree with.
Yeah, that was bad.
I think what you do is you go back into the pit and let your captain or coach decide if he wants to just talk to the ref on the side between here, and then the penalty didn't happen.
You know what? If I'm a ref, I like that penalty because you need to clamp down early on the day.
Sure, other guys, all the teams are watching.
Yeah, it gets out of control once you let players start yelling onto the field. And
I mean, it's one thing you definitely pay attention to. Just as a competitor, some of these guys aren't playing yet, and they're watching the games, and they're picking up on it and say, okay, refs are pretty tight.
Yep.
So let's play clean. Don't take a lot of risk in that gray area of paintball.
20 seconds.
And let's just respect the game. It is part of it. It's definitely part of it.
10 seconds.
All right, Padres on your left, Demo on your left. I'm sorry, Demo on your left, Padres on your right.
Padres look like they're attacking.
I'm still learning my.
They got runners. Not what I thought was going to happen, but they're up in the center. So Demo's got 2 guys in the center. It's the first time we've really seen this. We'll see how this works out.
Demo also gets in the snake. They're up to the snake 3 now. Padres have a player dedicated to it, but wasn't able to stop him. Looks like Demo
one
loses
of the
a player
guys.
up the middle.
Yeah, they lost him. The other center guy. He must have got picked up by the snake insert that's on the cross. So what I'd like to see right now is if the Padres guy can go ahead and, if he knows that the center guy's here, go take him out, and then let's get in the snake.
Yeah, that's a worthy trade.
Play off of the move.
Yep.
Right?
That's a worthy
trade.
trade.
So he's getting in the snake. So Jeremy's in the snake now. I'd like to see Jeremy tell his center guy, hey, this center guy's here. Go get him off the field, and then Jeremy just play off it and just crawl down the snake.
I think this is
he shoots him himself. He says, forget about it. I'll take care of it myself.
That's the other alternative. Take matters in your own hands.
Oh
no.
Too high.
Oh.
Too high.
Where did that come from?
I honestly have no idea where that shot came from. I was looking at that when.
Is Jeremy Psalm here? It is World Cup. That's an old school joke if anybody knows that one.
No, I know what you're referencing right now.
All right, looks like Demo's going to try to close this out.
So Padres got a Dorito guy in Dorito 3, but
not for long. Not for long.
They did have one in Dorito 3. Demo, another good point there to bring it to 4-3. So Demo's still going to be down 1, but it was a pretty strong point.
And we're going to have about 3 minutes 45 on the clock, roughly. So there's lots of time for this to go any direction.
Yeah. This field's not playing slow yet. I know in our match it was like 3-1. I looked at the clock. I was like, I wonder how much time's left. It was like 8 minutes. So we're good. Guys, relax. Let's just get a point.
Yeah.
No sense of urgency. You know, they want to run to the 50s and all this stuff. And I'm like, hold on. We're not Banshees yet.
I mean, sometimes if as a coach, your players aren't playing as aggressive as you want. Sometimes you do just even if the clock says you don't have to be aggressive, you pretend it is just to get them going.
So in my situation with the team I'm on, right, they're newer guys, new to semi-pro, and it's a different beast. Mm-hmm. You know, it's guys trying to be pro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially what it is. So a team like ours, maybe a little bit greener to tournament, you know, this level, aggression's probably going to be our best bet, honestly, for us. Through and through, all the way. Because, for one, we have players that don't speak English. So the communication's already kind of broken, right?
Yep.
So we're playing off a lot of body language, just kind of reactionary paintball. So you got to be pretty crisp. You got to have guys alive, and you got to play some offense. And you got to learn how to generate that offense. So we're probably going to, you know, struggle at times. But it's a learning experience for these guys, so now they can understand, you know, how to come into next season more prepared and know, you know, how to approach a field, how to approach a tournament.
Well, the Teddies jumped into the deep end immediately with semi-pro. So
yeah, they really did. But you know what? They're going to be all right. They just need to stay on the path, keep grinding, and we're going to be all right in this tournament. They're going to learn a lot from it. And you know what? I'm going to enjoy upsetting someone. It's going to happen.
Spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
We're going to beat somebody, and they're not going to feel good about it. But I'm going to feel great about it.
Have your guys talk trash in French. It's very psychological.
Yeah, I was Google translating everything. We were sitting there talking at the house and just Google translating. It was cool. You know, it's an experience for me too.
All right. Well, Jesters completely in control of this match. It's 5-1. There is 4 minutes on the clock. It's not impossible for the Droogs to come back, and they are doing a good job pushing over there into that Dorito side snake. But they're in a tough situation. They need to win points fast. They need to win points in about 60 seconds each.
That's another thing, too. Yeah, you got to do the math on that, right? Like, we're down 4 points. We got a handful of minutes left. We need to average, you know, minute 10, minute 20. So you got to have a sense of urgency kind of all the way the rest of the way.
So this Droog player already has something on his left leg.
He's got pain everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on.
But he's not hiding it from the refs. So
no, the ref's on him.
Yeah, they know it's rub or something.
The problem is the Jesters are locked up right now.
Yeah.
And he has no one to help him out. So he would have to put in a couple guys and crawl down the field and shoot a few. And it's going to be tough for him. I think the offense is going to have to come from the D side on this one for the Droogs, just enough to draw some attention that way. Mm-hmm. For then the Droogs need to attack the snake right after that. And I'm not sure if they're going to coordinate it. We'll find out.
So the Jesters have that Dorito side tower just locked onto it, and that does it. He takes out the Droog player.
Major on Jesters. That might be good for the Droogs.
Jester's going to try to close it out. That's going to be a clean bunkering.
I don't think he's going to make it.
No, and there's a minor.
No, he got shot in the leg. The guy running down got shot by, I think, his own player. He got shot by his own player.
Oh, my God, and kept playing.
And then kept playing. And it might be a no point. I don't think there's anyone left because they had the major and then the minor. That's 5.
Wow.
Oh, man. World Cup.
Yeah. Like I said, these flags are reusable. The refs are not afraid to throw them.
No, that's the first red I've seen.
I think that, I think you're right. That might have been the first red I've seen.
Yeah.
I think that was the correct call on the Jester player running to that corner. I agree. He was hit in the legs. He kept advancing. He kept shooting his gun. He met all the definitions of a minor. I'm kind of fine with that one.
Yeah. They're going to argue it, but if I could talk to them right now, I'll tell them that there's no point in arguing that.
Yeah, and you're down
Just
5. You're down 5.
Get your guys reset. Let's get another point going.
Yeah.
It's going to be no point.
Even if you send a master orator to argue with the refs right now, you're down 5-1. You're not.
Yeah.
Even if you get that point back in your favor, it's.
At that point, what are we really doing?
Yeah.
It's not going to help you win the match.
All right. We're going back to the Demo Padres game. 3 minutes, 45 seconds roughly on the clock. Plenty of time for Demo. Crawl back in this one. Only needs 1 point.
Yeah, it's a much tighter match. Padres are playing a little better. Let's see if they can kind of keep driving.
This was a huge bounce-back game for them. Their first match today did not go well at all, so they really needed this. And they're really rounding into shape.
We'll see if Demolition gets back in the snake here off the break. They've been doing a pretty good job of getting up there.
10 seconds.
Padres on your left, Demolition on the right in the red jerseys.
Ooh, unorthodox way to get into the snake there.
But it
kind of
worked.
stood up in front of the snake Aztec and went across the front of it. But it did work for him.
Demo into that Dorito side snake, although they do lose a player off the back line from their home. They're going to go ahead and pull a Padre player out. So 4-on-4, Demo definitely in better position.
And survivability is just not working for the Padres right now.
Oh, no,
I know they are up in this match, and they've played some good points, but it's just coming right back to them with the survivability.
Yeah.
Here's another point where you got a few guys walking off, early in the point.
So advantage 4-3 for Demo and huge advantage in position. They're all across the 50. Now they're crossing the 50.
Yeah, see, Demo's playing. See how they're all in line there, and they're playing as a team, right? They're kind of all playing off the chaos here. And
you know what Demo is not doing, though, and that is killing clock. They don't really care right now.
Well, no, they're down. They got to go.
Oh, you're right.
They're down.
You're right.
They got to go.
Padres going to lose their snake corner.
I almost think snake one at times like that might be better. I understand it.
Than the corner?
That's why I went in the snake one of the games, and then I went back to the corner because I was like, wait a second, I need to get on my feet for a second, just because I got to see what's going on, and I went back into the snake.
And I'm assuming you're talking about an outnumbered body situation?
Yes.
Yeah, down body. All right, well, convincing win on that one by Demo. Demo did a great job getting in that Dorito side 50, like, immediately in the match. It barely had started. They were already in there. That was huge.
Yeah, I've noticed from Demolition, when they're up bodies, they're not giving it back, which is huge. That's good. They're controlling the field. They're playing together. That's what you want to see.
So I like to talk about teams going into Wolfpack mentality when you're up. Like, say you're up like 5-on-2 or something, and then players all start to want to be the guy that closes out the game, and they start taking dumb
When you
risks.
start throwing missiles, little haymakers, man, you can get caught and then just get eaten up. You really want to you want to have a call as a team, even
down.
And I've noticed even in the lower divisions, they do a good job of that. They have the call to kind of get everyone back on the same page. Hey, I see you over there. You're at the 50 on the other side. Let's get together, figure out what's going on. We obviously got some kills. Figure it out, and then usually there's a coordinated attack that you can put together that just collapse the whole field.
Yeah.
Right? But you got to set that up. You got to be disciplined enough to kind of connect with your teammates.
This is a thoroughly useless thing to say, but way back in the day of 10-man, I'm talking late 90s, early 2000s, we would sometimes send a runner through the middle just to draw guns, not even shoot, purely to let our other guys move. Like when you got 10 bodies on the field, you can throw a body down the middle.
You can waste a guy.
And we tell them, don't pull your trigger. Just run through the middle and get shot. And while that's
guns
happening,
turn in, and you go out.
Mark, snake eyes move or whatever.
That's that's good strategy there.
All right, Droogs are going to lose a body
Looks
over
like
there.
we had a run through on the drill side, and there's a trade. Yeah, he got shot a bunch.
Yeah, Dan Sensi walking off. He got a few extras.
Yeah.
Seeing two Jesters walking off, a Droog walking off, another Droog walking off. So I think we're at 3-3.
I like the Droogs here. They're trying to attack the snake. You got to give them effort for that.
Yep. You got about a minute and a half on the clock. You might as well. I mean, this is
It's
win or lose. It doesn't
it's
matter
another
much.
thing where he just doesn't know again. He wrapped the 4, looking around for a 50 that's not there.
Yeah.
So he just doesn't know all the information. And so that's got to be a communication thing, right? Granted, half his team's dead.
Yeah, I was about to say. There's nobody.
I don't want to be too hard on the
communicate.
guy, but I think his own guy just shot him in the back. I'm pretty sure. I don't see anyone else on the drill side that can shoot him.
Let's not say that on air and make them feel worse.
No, I'm a hard critic. All right. I expect perfection out of the teams I coach at times. But that's how you improve. That's you got to hold yourself to a high standard if you want to be great at something, anything, not just paintball.
Yep. I think we got one Droog left over in that D1. Not even. He's going to take a. Oh, it's actually the D50. He's going to hit on the hopper, and that's going to be it. Jess is going to go up 6-1 with 30 seconds. Like, don't hit the buzzer. Just let the clock die.
Oh yeah, that's going to be the mercy. So we're going to see a X-ball match. I think tie game on the other one.
All right. Well, Jesters going to take this match. Going to move on. Droogs are going to drop to 0-2 on the day. Not where they want to be. The rest of the weekend for them is just going to be funsies. Because I can't imagine any scenario in which you make the playoffs starting at 0-2.
That's a tough start.
Yeah.
0-2 is tough to. I mean, you can make it in, but you got to have some high margins.
Do you want to rub some salt in the wounds? You want to rub some salt in the wounds for the Droogs?
No, that was more optimism.
No. I'm going to rub some salt in the wounds for the Droogs.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You got Thursday, 6:45 a.m. match.
So do I.
And I know, but I'm saying for the Droogs. And so by 9 o'clock, like roughly 9 o'clock on Thursday,
the tournament's over.
Your 4-day weekend is over.
Change flights.
How rough is that?
No, they should stay and party. Enjoy the paintball party that we're having here. I think Hormesis is throwing a show together tonight. So, have some fun.
Nice.
Some of these guys, they travel. This is the one time. I got guys on my team that this is the one time they come to America.
There is a certain benefit of dropping out of the tournament early in terms of, getting to the playoffs. It frees up your evenings to do whatever the hell you want.
Sure, there's plenty to do. I mean, we're in Orlando. Disney World's right down the street. You got Universal Studios, all kinds of stuff.
Gatorland. Let's talk about Gatorland.
I've never been. I think I should go to Gatorland.
It is white trash paradise. I highly recommend it.
It sounds like right up my alley.
All right, tied up game 4-4.
Demo does not lose anybody. They survived the breakout.
2.5 on the clock, so the teams don't have to get stupid yet. Padres do lose one player, so Demo up 5-on-4.
They lost one, but don't look like they're really trying to take a risk yet. It is a tie game.
I mean, you could start to think about just dragging the clock out and grinding this to a tie, but
they don't do overtime in semi-pro here? I don't know. I know they do in the pros.
In the prelims?
No.
I don't know. Even more so, if there is an overtime to be had and you're already down a body, in this situation, you probably are better trying to grind the clock out and get it to overtime because that's essentially a reset on the game. But as I say that, Padres make a move from that snake corner into that, from the Dorito corner into the Dorito tower, which might have just been a repositioning because that Dorito corner is a little tough to live in, that little baby Dorito.
It is one of the smallest bunkers on the field.
Yeah.
Demo getting killed out of the corner.
So 4-4.
Tough death. That's a tough one right back there.
Again, reading body language, it does feel like, at least Demo doesn't feel like they're willing to take risks to try to win this. I think.
No, you got to give it to the Padres right now. They're trying.
Yeah.
They're attacking. So let's see. We test our theory right now, right? So you got the Padres attacking. You got Demolition playing soft. Not soft, but defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Not a sense of urgency. Not really trying to attack. I know the snake guy just lost his back guy, so now you got a minute left. So Padres put on an attack. Maybe they win this one in a close time.
I think the first thing I need is their snake corner, Padres snake corner to ditch out of there. He's got to be the one to go up the middle.
Yeah.
He's coming into the booth.
Yeah, you're right. If he would have made a movement.
Oh, nice shot.
Look at J-Mac going.
But he's running out of time. So Padres need to attack
he's
super fast. There's 30 seconds on the clock.
No way is it.
Oh, they're going to pull him. No, they're going to call him clean?
That was weird. The ref made a gesture like he was out.
Yeah, I think might have been a miscommunication there, or the ref was unsure of himself.
Oh, it didn't.
In any case,
call
Padres
minor, which is good.
Padres pushing down on that Dorito side. They've crossed the 50. He's going for it.
10 seconds.
Yeah,
this is gonna tie out.
You're right. It's gonna time out.
And just not see that was an example there. Just everyone kind of doing their own thing, attacking it by themselves. That's what you get there, right? If it would have been coordinated, they might have been able to put it together.
Yeah.
Get up in the 50s with J-Mac there, and then, like you said, get that corner out of there.
I think the corner
if he would have left earlier,
attack through the middle.
He probably would have caught the snake guy before, because you think about it, hindsight. Guy leaves the corner, shoots the Demolition snake player. J-Mac never trades with the guy. Now J-Mac flies down the field, shoots two guys. Jeremy doesn't get, you see how that kind of works?
A chain of events. You could have put together something good.
Yep. But hopefully they go back, watch this, and they're looking like they're going to run overtime.
Yeah, we're going back out there.
Yeah, they put 5 minutes on there.
Yeah,
I guess we're doing overtime. Cool. Bonus paintball. That was good. I'm happy to be out here. It's a good competition. Great opportunity. I'm thankful for, the Toxic Teddy's, Jacob, giving me an opportunity just to, get in here and get some reps.
So can I ask, how does a all French-speaking team find themselves based in Indianapolis, of all places?
Well, they're not all French. There's 2 of them that speak French.
Okay.
And then one of them's from the UK. Or no, he's from Norway. So I think just Jacob's just trying to find bodies to commit to a semi-pro roster.
Yeah.
And I've kind of tried to mentor him a little bit on the side, through the season. Just, hey, you want to do these things, do it like this. Only because I've been there, done that type of thing, and it's extremely hard. And I've definitely, gave him the hard talk of, what to expect. And he understands that you're not going to win right away. But one thing I like about his attitude is he's just pushing for guys to just be there, work hard, do what you need to do to just be the best competitor possible. And as soon as he gets a collective core that he can kind of build around, then they'll start progressing and being a contender in a division like this. But it's going to take time.
I would think in your situation as a new team, and especially going into semi-pro, one of the things you probably do need to coach your guys is not to get too bummed out by loss. Because like you said, starting at semi-pro is a tough place to start. And if you don't have your guys kind of mentally hardened, your season could spiral downhill real fast if guys are getting,
It can. I've been on losing teams, and people lose momentum quick. It's hard to lose often. I mean, in pro, if you're not one of the top 4 teams, you ain't winning. Right now, that's the way it is.
Yeah, nobody
the
cares.
Top 4 or 5 teams, you almost don't even have a chance.
Yep.
Just because the elite level of talent up there at the top. Everyone has a chance, hypothetically, but I've been there. And there's another level of paintball that some of these guys haven't seen, and I've experienced it, and it's impressive, what some of these guys can do on the field.
Yeah, for me, the thing that just blows my mind when I watch, we go higher and higher level, is this like athleticism mixed with field knowledge. So I'll see players making these incredibly athletic moves that look smooth and controlled and not wild out of control.
It's calculated, though. They definitely train for it.
All right, here we go. Overtime.
Looks like 5 alive both teams.
No, we're seeing a player walking off
one
for
off
Demo.
the east side. So
Advantage,
5-on-4 advantage to Padres.
Yep, advantage Padres. Demo making their bump from home into the mini wall on the back line.
Yeah, get out of that back center.
Padres make that clear. Look, I like what I'm seeing out of the Padre play. Look how tight he is up against that beam. I think teams are starting to learn the lesson that you're not safe crawling snake 1 to snake 2.
And that's what you'd expect out of semi-pro players, is that they're going to make mistakes. And that's what I try to tell divisional guys all the time, is the difference between pro and semi-pro, or pro in any division, is pros make a mistake once and they never make it again.
Yeah, they learn fast.
They learn quick. They download quick.
And it's coachability, too.
It's coachability. Good attitudes. I've noticed that the common denominator on a lot of these pro teams is they're great teammates and they have great attitudes and they're just fierce competitors, and they don't make mistakes, more than once in a day.
All right, well, advantage Padres. They're up 1 body. They're slow rolling it, though. They're not wasting this.
They are, but Demolition, they filled out from the snake insert to the corner to get closer to their snake guy. So
I think I would have rather seen. I think I would have rather seen that snake insert move up the middle.
I know. I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Just because in the corner, okay, you're not going to stop the snake guy. And then what are you going to do? Contest the corner? Potentially risk losing a gunfight for what?
You know what I see mostly the snake corners doing today is shooting inside, not down the tape.
Yes.
So they're getting there, and they're not really.
Because you can't see anything. When you're in the corner, like the way this field is set up, and you're in the corner, you can't see down the snake. There is a blind shot outside of this snake 3, if you want to call it snake 3. You can kind of sneak one in on him, but the snake guy can also sneak one back on you.
Yeah.
But I think just the being in the center, like, honest, what you could have had, Padres had an advantage. This back center, he just killed the snake. Get out of the back center.
Go do something.
Play offense. Let's get in the game. Get with your guys. You just killed the guy that you're really trying to drop and hold. So let's get up into a more offensive bunker, right?
You've done your job successfully. Now
That's
go
right.
do a different job.
Let's go. Job's over. Move on.
So, by the way, while that was going on, the Padres did get into that 50 on the Dorito side, or at least the Dorito in the, we'll say that's the Dorito 3. 1. Or Dorito 2. We'll call it Dorito 2. Now, it's essentially a free crawl from that Dorito to the Dorito 50, the little mini wedge, but you can't do a lot from that mini wedge over there.
No, so the Padres could crawl essentially all the way to basically their snake 3.
I think so, yep.
Because he could go to the 50, time it when the corner's not looking wire, or have his corner help him out right now.
So the Padres corner player should be telling him, should be joysticking him and saying, "Go, go, go."
Yes, I agree.
I got my mirror. You go now.
You know that. Why doesn't he know that?
Yeah, keep your butt. The Padre player needs to keep his butt packed down, but otherwise, there he goes. Now
don't give them a free kill, right? Like you're in a great spot. You have a chance to win the game for your team.
Oh, and it immediately pays dividends.
It's a shot on the Dorito guy, and then he shoots the insert on the Dorito side.
Great move by the Padres.
So there you go. This is going to be good for them. Back center getting the game. Maybe he doesn't know everything, but he doesn't want to take a risk, but.
He's not shooting his gun. He's looking around. Ooh,
yeah.
Don't shoot your teammate. Okay. The Padre was almost going to get shot by his teammate in the snake. Cutler's going to make the run through.
There you go.
He's going to finish it out clean. Does he go out of bounds? Yeah, he goes out of bounds.
Doesn't matter. They got 4 more guys alive.
Yeah, Padres. This was a huge bounce back match for Padres. Padres lost their first match, and it didn't look good. I mean, it was not a fun match to watch if you're a Padres fan.
Rough for them, but that just goes to show you their chemistry and them being a long-time teammates. They can rebound from a loss like that, right?
And this was a tough fight. They did not roll over Demo.
Yep.
Demo gave him a hell of a fight.
I think they ran out of steam a little bit. It kind of seemed like maybe not tired, but they just kind of got a little flat later in the match.
And
started losing some breakouts.
And at the same time, Padres were getting better. So
that's good. So then they can go back. They're done for the day. The Padres, they can go back and kind of talk about. I mean, I'd probably rewatch the tape and see, watch that first match, see what they did wrong. I know they probably talked about it, but watching it is a totally different perspective.
Oh, yeah.
And then go back and make some adjustments, and then they're going to be better for tomorrow, right? Because the games are going to keep getting better.
And they got momentum on their side. So the Padres going into a strong position. All right, in a minute here or so, we're going to have Nicole come in with an interview, I think, with one of the Padre players who will be elated. It won't be a testy interview. That's good. All right, who you guys facing next again? I forgot.
We got Shut Up or Trying.
Shut Up or
Texas
Trying.
team.
That is not an easy team.
That's all right. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do our best here and try to upset them.
I wish you luck. I'm sure you can.
We're playing the underdogs, and I love it.
Go win a one-on-one, man.
I got you.
Get that monkey off your back.
I got you.
All right, thank you so much,
Appreciate
Jordan. We're going to take a quick break, or we're going to come back. All right. We will come back with some more some more NXL action for you in a minute. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.